Sweet, lovely Cancers, this is your horoscope for April 2025. And April will be month when all the retrogrades will stop. Finally, that began, I don't know, since beginning of this year. Now, Mercury and Venus, they are retrograding hand in hand first half of April still. So meaning April is still not a month to start anything new, anything important, like business or getting married or getting botox or like changing your appearance, because Venus is planet of love and beauty. It's not a good time to sign marriage papers as well, so wait until May will be far better month, to be precise second half of May. Now, as any other planet like retrogrades and it needs time to get to its power speed, give them time to turn direct, to speed up a little bit, so it takes time. So give this universe to settle the dust. So a little, I would suggest you to go with chill in April. April 7th, now Mercury first will go direct in your ninth house, finally. And then April 13th, a week after, Venus, planet of love, goes direct in your ninth house too. They are both retrograding almost at the same point, same part of your chart, emphasizing from universe for you something to, ninth house is like searching meaning of life. Some of you guys might get a bit like feeling lost in your life, but these two planets are on purpose retrograding, so giving you time to redirect your life purpose. Let's say try to see the light at the end of the tunnel and find it, sort of in search of meaning of your life in general. Now, ninth house is also house of education. Some of you guys might first half of April study something like, or might go back to university to revive your knowledge, for example, or just to, if you dropped out previously from like college, now will be the time, seems like you would want to go back. Or ninth house is also a house of publishing, like books, research, whatever you write, if you want to make it public, then here you will have perfect chance first 2 weeks to revise what you are working on. Plus your editors and publishing houses, those places, they will also point out to some probably reworks that needs to be done to your masterpiece, my dear Cancers. And you might want to take time here to check up some things. And ninth house of travel in general. So beginning of April seems like you are planning to travel somewhere where you've been before, or maybe back home, because Venus rules your home area. And maybe not even one destination, but two. Seems like you will be planning to travel somewhere, and maybe like literally planning, literally traveling, but most likely here you will be booking things. And if you're booking, double check all the details while Mercury is retrograding. And anyhow, if you want to check out more in detail what these two planets mean retrograding to your sign, check out separate videos on each of it that I made on my YouTube channel, my dear Cancers. April 13th, we have full moon in your fourth house. Now, those of you who are born 14th of July, you will be affected the most, plus or minus 5 days around this date, because this full moon hits your 23rd degree. Now, full moons are about conclusion. They conclude some things, or they bring some clarification, sort of some light to some situation or person or event in your life. Sort of universe is trying to pinpoint something there. Now, this full moon will be sort of sweet and sour full moon. We will have mixed one. Whole April will be sort of a mixed month. Now, and universe will be speaking to us in riddles, kinda. Full moon will receive a bit harsh angle from Mars, which is in your sign, my dear Cancers, already since the beginning of 2025. To have Mars in your sign, it's amazing because it gives you stamina, it gives you courage, it gives you determination, power, activity, sort of life. It's amazing always to have Mars in your first house. But it will now send harsh beams. Sort of, Mars won't like this full moon somehow, and Mars rules your career house. And all this from January seems like all the thoughts were somehow on your career aspiration, who you want to be, how you want people like to see you, and how sort of what is your place in a bigger society, what you want to do next in terms of your daily life, in terms of your career and aspirations, and in general, like it's about your reputation. It's a house where we are visible, so Mars rules that place, and it's in your first house. So it seems like since the beginning of this year you've been working towards something which is like you want to show at the end of the road, let's say, to the whole world. Now, but this full moon is happening in your fourth house. Now, fourth house is about family and real estate. Now, some things might come to an end. For example, like your son or your daughter going to college, and some family members like sticking out, let's say, going out from the family, like maybe moving away somewhere, or maybe they decide to live separately, or maybe it's you who will decide to move some other country because of your career, because fourth house is about citizenships, it's about immigration, like it's about where we call home. And most likely, when it's fourth house, it's about like changing country, not even like a city. Well, in some, like most of our cases, of course it will be more like states, or I don't know, regions, or cities even. But in the long run, this full moon might play out as changing citizenship too. Now, what will be sweet part of this full moon, that Venus, ruler of this full moon, will conjunct Saturn and Mercury. Now, conjunction with Saturn is, of course, not an easy one. Saturn rules your house of marriage, and Mercury rules your house of communication. But this trio, they will receive surprise sort of support from Uranus, because this planet rules surprises, and it loves this sort of electrifying, shocking things. And Uranus is in your 11th house of future and online and internet. Now, this trio, Venus, Saturn, and Mercury, they will be in your house of foreign lands. Seems like you will have a momentum to attract people's attention. A lot of people, especially online, especially on the internet. If that was your wish, sort of here you will have some support from planets to expand your reach, to expand your engagement, how to say, on social media terms, sort of to your content might get visible, might get pushed forward to more people for far lands, let's say. Plus, Mars will send amazing trine to those trio, Venus, Saturn, and Mercury. Now, trine is amazing aspect for those of you who are interested in astrology. Now, Mars will be in your first house, and Mars is your ruler. No, it's something that ruler of your career house, something that you wished for, like to make you as a career, some wish related, like. But some of you guys, it might be like completely different. It depends, let's say, on your natal chart. It might be also related to husband or wife, because Saturn rules your marriage house, and plus long-term relationship, like if you're even not married but then it's your partner, and their job or career situation, sort of. But the wish is yours, like You, for example, you wish your husband works somewhere, or you wish your wife to work somewhere, change their job, or work on some different project if it's not a job, something related here will be might have amazing news. Let's say your husband or wife or long-term partner might bring some good news, which you will which will be surprising and positive at the same time. But this full moon is concluding in your fourth house, so meaning you might literally move because of your partner's job. There is a possibility you might move to some other country, to some other city or place, and that was your wish, sort of. And for some of you, it will be related to real estate, my dear Cancers, like your house, apartment. It might be that you're selling it, or you might want to buy it, sort of apartment, as an example. In general, but because still these planets went direct, but then they need time to go full force, I would suggest you to wait with the purchase agreement until end of May, my dear sweet Cancers. April 17, we have biggest thing going on the sky and on the planet and in general in universe. Mercury, on 16, a day before April 16, Mercury moves into your 10th house of career, like shining house. And next day, Mercury 17 meets Neptune, finds it in amazing state, sort of Neptune newly found in your 10th house. Now, first time ever since 150 years. So this thing happened only like back in 19th century. We never experienced this energy, my dear Cancers. And for you, it's especially amazingly positive thing because 10th house is a house of highest chart. It's a place where we are visible. It's a place where is our fame, where is our reputation, where is our responsibilities, and also like influence, like to all people, and plus your career aspiration. Neptune rules your ninth house now, and Mercury rules your third house of communication, plus far lands, also 12th house. Now, in 9th house and 12th house, both of these planets signify something very far. You might reach a lot of people, like masses of people, with your work, with your thought, with what you do, with what you teach. Also, if you are a teacher or mentor, with I don't know, you might have a sort of aha moment. You might have eureka moment, like this is my spotlight, this is my moment, sort of, kind of. And there might be some moment that you will tell yourself that this is what I want to do for my future, this as my career, and this is where I am headed to. You might finally find your sort of destination. Mercury is a planet, of communication and thoughts and ideas. And whatever you say, whatever you translate through communication to the world, it will have a big effect. It will have masses of effect and plus like huge influence. And you will be visible, my dear Cancers. This will be your star moment. So whatever you're planning, plan it here, and especially if it relates to social media. April 18th, Mars moves into your second house. Now, don't be sad that Mars moves out from your first house. You will have less motivation. Maybe it's partly true, but still, Mars was transiting your sign for so long that now you are more on a, let's say, great shape, great let's say routine. It gave you that power to go forward for what you dream of, and plus go after your biggest dreams, my dear Cancer. Plus Mars, when moves into your second house, it will move your finances too. Now, Mars in second house in a negative way, it might give quite a lot of spendings. Now, by the end of April, you might start spending for the next 2 months for some reason. Plus, because Mars is a planet of action and it's in your financial house, but it also will give you earning power too. So how money will come, that money will go. This will be the thing, both ways. And Mars rules your career house. So seems like if you will be already on the path of your true career, your true aspirations, let's say calling, then Mars here might give you good earning opportunities. Seems like you will be earning with your reputation, with your influence, my dear Cancers. Amazing next 2 months to build your reputation here. April 27, we have a new moon, new energy in your 11th house of internet, house of hopes and wishes and future. Now, new moons are new energies. Now, this new moon will be also sweet and sour, also a bit mixed one, and universe will be giving sort of both things to us, and salt and sugars. Those of you who are born 28th of June, plus or minus 5 days, you will be affected the most because it's hitting 7 degree. Now, this new moon will have harsh angles from Pluto and Mars. Now, Pluto is a no joke planet, it's a transformation planet, and it's transiting your house of money. And Mars is now transiting your house of another house of money. Both these planets pointing out to money, and there is new moon, some new energy. So for your future plans, for something that you've been planning, you will need finances. And seems like for some of you guys, it might be a bit hard and not enough finances to finance your, I don't know, future vision, future plan. It might be related to, I don't know, online project or social media project, or maybe you want to visit some big event, but there won't be enough money to visit. For example, like going to someone's concert, and it needs funds, right? So you might not find it actually by the end of April, because Mars and Pluto will be draining your money houses. Now, for some of you, it might be related to health situation completely, like different situation. And for example, you've been planning something, but because of your health situation, because of your maybe you're busy at work, you might not be able to go. You might not be able to travel. And because of your kids, or because that you're pregnant. Pluto is in your pregnancy house right now, my dear Cancers, and plus Pluto rules your children's house. So for some of you, it might be that you just gave birth and now your movement is a bit restricted, or your future, that what you were planning to do now will be a little bit postponed, as an example. Now, sweet part of this new moon, now Venus, ruler of the new moon, will conjunct Saturn plus Neptune in your ninth house of foreign people. Now, this trio, they will receive again support from Uranus. Now, Uranus seems like will be the savior of this month of April. Will be sending little surprises and support, like sort of from universe, telling you, whispering you something so that you put effort and move cautiously. Now, Uranus will be in your house of also future and hopes and wishes, and also friendship house. Now, Pluto will be the one who will be mixing the situation. Pluto will have harsh angle to new moon, but at the same time, Pluto will support the ruler of new moon, Venus, from your 8th house. Now, there will be some friends who will be supporting your situation, and there will be someone who will not. And plus, by the end of April, whoever you're gonna meet, take good care and cautiously assess if that person is going to stay in your life as a true friend or not, because there is a most likely big chance that you might encounter a person who would drain your bank account, my dear Cancers. Try to stay away from new friendships, making new friendships by the end of April. Even if they will seem very nice, very friendly, it won't be the situation. The situation will be, true situation will be that they will want your money. Sort of, they will be after your money. Plus, that friendship might come from your, I don't know, husband's friends, or wife's friends. I don't know, some new friends, or your long-term partner, sweetheart's friends, someone who like comes from your, the other sweetheart, let's say. Now, don't try to stay away from this kind of new friendships, at least while this new moon is very active by the end of April, my dear Cancers, because it's happening in your friendship house too. Now, 11th house is also house of, as I said, social media, internet, popularity. Now, again, try to not to invest into something which you saw online and something which promises big returns, or maybe popularity to you. Like in general, all in all, by the end of April, try to stay away from the spotlight as much as possible, my dear Cancers. Always check your rising sign, because 99% will resonate with our rising sign mostly. And moon sign for you guys, it's the number one thing to check actually for Cancers. I always advise Cancer zodiac to check moon sign, that it has huge role to play, and then your sun sign. Now, these three will make the full complete picture of the month, so make sure to check three of them. But if you want to choose one, then choose moon sign, my dear Cancer, especially for you. Love you all. Bye bye.